Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are going to begin chapter 5 from Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila. How Pradyumna Miśra received instructions from Rāmānanda Rāya. Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langhayate girim, yat kripatamam vande Shri Gurum Deen Tarinam, Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Hariyam Tatsat. The following summary of the 5th chapter is given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amritprabha Bhashya. Pradyumna Miśra, a resident of Sri Hatta, came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear from him about Lord Krishna and his pastimes. The Lord, however, sent him to Srila Rāmānanda Rāya. Srila Rāmānanda Rāya was training the Devadasi dancing girls in the temple, and when Pradyumna Miśra heard about this, he returned to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord, however, elaborately described the character of Srila Rāmānanda Rāya. Then Pradyumna Miśra went to see Rāmānanda Rāya again to hear about the transcendental truth from him. A Brahman from Bengal composed a drama about the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and went to Jagannath Puri to show it to the associates of the Lord. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's secretary Swarup Damodar Goswami heard the drama, he discerned a tinge of Mayavad philosophy and pointed it out to the author. Although Swarup Damodar condemned the entire drama by reference to secondary meaning of the introductory verse, he nevertheless satisfied the Brahman. The Brahman poet thus became greatly obliged to Swarup Damodar Goswami, renounced his family connections, and stayed at Jagannath Puri with the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 1. Vaigunya Kita Kalitah Paishunya Vranam Piditah Danya Nimagno Aham Chaitanya Vadyam Ashraye. I am infected by the germs of material activity and I am suffering from the boils of envy. Therefore, falling in an ocean of humility, I take shelter of great physician Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Verse 2. Jai Jai Shachi Sutta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Jai Jai Kripamaya Nityanandanya. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the son of Mother Shachi. All glories to Sri Chaitanya to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Indeed, he is the most glorious and merciful. Verse 3. Jai Dvaita Kripa Sindhu Jai Bhakta Gana Jai Swarup Gadadhar Rupa Sanatan. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Vedvait Prabhu, the ocean of mercy, and to all the devotees such as Swarup Damodar Goswami, Gadadhar Pandit, Shri Rup Goswami, and Shri Sanatan Goswami. Verse 4. एक दिन प्रद्युम्न मिश्र प्रभुरा चरणे दंडवत करी किछु करे निवेदने. One day Pradyumna Miśra came to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, offering his respects and inquiring from him with great submission. Verse 5, Shuna Prabhu Muni Dina Griyast Adham Kona Bhagye Panachon Tomar Durlabh Charan. My Lord, he said, kindly hear from him. Me, I am a cripple-minded householder, the most fallen of men, but somehow, by my good fortune, I have received the shelter of a lotus feet, which are rarely to be seen. Verse 6. Krishna Katha Shuni Bare Mor Ichha Haya, Krishna Katha Kahe Mor Hena Sataya. I wish to hear topics concerning Lord Krishna constantly. Be merciful unto me and kindly tell me something about Krishna. Verse 7. Prabhu Kehena Krishna Katha Ami Nahi Jani, Sabe Rāmānanda Jane Tandra Mukhe Shuni. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, I do not know about topics concerning Lord Krishna. I think that only Rāmānanda Rāya knows, for I hear these topics from him. Verse 8. Bhagye Tomar Krishna Katha Shunite Hai Mana Rāmānanda Pash Yae Karah Shravanam. It is your good fortune that you are inclined to hear topics regarding Krishna. The best course for you would be to go to Rāmānanda Rāya and hear these topics from him. Verse 9. Krishna Kathaye Ruchi Tomar Bada Bhagyavan, Yar Krishna Kathaye Ruchi Sai Bhagyavan. I see that you have acquired a taste for hearing talks regarding Krishna, therefore you are extremely fortunate. Not only you, but anyone who has awakened such a taste is considered most fortunate. Verse 10. Dharma Swa Anushtitah Pumsam Vishwaksena Kathasu Yaha Nota notpadayed yadi ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. A person who properly performs his regulative duties according to Varna and Ashram but does not develop his dormant attachment for Krishna or awaken his taste for hearing and chanting about Krishna is certainly laboring fruitlessly. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.8, verse 11. Tabe Pradyumna Miśra Gela Rāmānanda Dera Sthane Rāya Sevak Tanre Vasaila Asane. Pradyumna Miśra, being thus advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, went to the home of Rāmānanda Rāya. There, the servant of Rāmānanda Rāya gave him a proper place to sit. Verse 12. Darshan na pana Miśra Sevak ke puchila Rāyara Vritant Sevak kahite lagila. Unable to see Rāmānanda Rāya immediately, Pradyumna Miśra inquired from the servant, who then described what Sri Rāmānanda Rāya was doing. Verse 13. Dui deva kanya hai parama sundari nritya gite suni puna vyase kishori. There are two dancing girls who are extremely beautiful. They are very youthful and they are expert in dancing and singing. Verse 14. Se dunhe lena rai niprita udyane nij natak gitera shikhaya nartane. Sri Rāmānanda Rāya has taken these two girls to a solitary place in his garden, where he is teaching and directing them to dance according to the songs he has composed for his drama. Purport: the drama being rehearsed by Rāmānanda Rāya and two young girls was well known Jagannath Vallabh Natak. The songs and dances were meant for the pleasure of Lord Jagannath. Therefore, Rāmānanda Rāya was personally giving instructions on how to sing and dance for the drama. Verse 15. Tumi ihan vasi rah kshane ke asibena tabe yei agya deha se karibena. Please sit here and wait for a few moments. As soon as he comes, he will execute whatever order you give him. Verse 16. Tabe Pradyumna Miśra tahan rahila vasya Rāmānanda nibrite se dui jana lena. While Pradyumna Miśra remained seated there, Rāmānanda Rāya took the two girls to a solitary place. Verse 17. Swahaste karena tar abhyang mardana Swahaste karan snan gatra samarjan. With his own hand, Sri Rāmānanda Rāya massaged their bodies with oil and bathed them with water. Indeed, Rāmānanda Rāya cleansed their entire bodies with his own hand. Verse 18. Swahaste Parana Vastra Sarvanga Mandana Tabu Nirvikar Rāmānandera Mana. Although he dressed the two young girls and decorated their bodies with his own hand, he remained unchanged. Such is the mind of Srila Rāmānanda Rāya. Verse 19. Kashtha Pashana Sparshe Haya Yaiche Bhav Taruni Sparshe Rāmānandera Taiche Swabhav. While touching the young girls, he was like a person touching wood or stone, for his body and mind were unaffected. Verse 20. Sevya Buddhi Aropiya Karena Sevana Swabhavika Dasi Bhava Karena Arupana. Srila Rāmānanda Rāya used to act in that way because he thought of himself in his original position as a maid-servant of the gopis. Thus, although externally he appeared to be a man, internally in his original spiritual position, he considered himself a maid-servant and considered the two girls gopis. Purport: Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in his Amrit Prabha Bhashya, Srila Rāmānanda Rāya composed a drama named Jagannath Vallabh Natak and he engaged two young girls who were professional dancers and singers to demonstrate the ideology of the drama. Such girls, who are called Devadasis, are still employed in the temple of Jagannath, where they are called Maharis. Sri Rāmānanda Rāya engaged two such girls, and because they were meant to play the part of gopis, he taught them how to awaken thoughts like those of gopis. Because of gopis are worshipable personalities, Rāmānanda Rāya, who considered the two girls gopis and himself their maid-servant, engaged in their service by massaging their bodies with oil to cleanse them completely. Because Rāmānanda Rāya always placed himself in the position of a maid-servant of the gopis, his rehearsal with the girls was actually on the spiritual platform, because there was no question of personal sense gratification. When Rāmānanda Rāya was serving girls, his mind was steady and his body untransformed. This is not to be imitated, nor is such a mentality possible for anyone but Srila Rāmānanda Rāya. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will explain, The example of Sri Rāmānanda Rāya is certainly unique. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita has given this description because in perfect devotional service, one can attain such a position. Nevertheless, one must understand that this subject is very serious and never attempt to imitate such activities. Verse 21 Mahaprabhura Bhakta Ganera Durgama Mahima Tahe Ramanandera Bhava Bhakti Prema Sima. The greatness of the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exceedingly difficult to understand. Sri Rāmānanda Rāya is unique among them all, for he showed how one can extend his ecstatic love to the extreme limit. Verse 22 Tabe se duijane nritya sikhaila Gitera Gudha Artha Abhinaya Karaila. Rāmānanda Rāya directed the two girls how to dance and express the deep meaning of his songs through dramatic performances. Verse 23 Sanchari Satvik Sthai Bhavera Lakshan Mukhe Netre Abhinay Kare Prakatana. He taught them how to express the symptoms of continuous, natural, and transitional ecstasies with the movement of their faces, their eyes, and other parts of their body. Verse 24 भाव प्रकटन लास्य राय ये शिखाए जगन्नाथेर आगे दोन्हे प्रकट दिखाए. Through the feminine poses and dances they were taught by Rāmānanda Rāya, the two girls precisely exhibited all these expressions of ecstasy before Lord Jagannath. Verse 25 Tabe se dui jane prasada khao yaila nibrite dunhare nij ghare pathaila. Then Rāmānanda Rāya fed the two girls sumptuous prasad and sent them to their homes unexposed. Verse 26 Pratidin Rāya yaiche karaye sadhana kaun jane kshudra jeev kanha tandramana. Every day he trained the two Devadasis how to dance. Who among the small living entities, their minds were always absorbed in material sense gratification, could understand the mentality of Sri Rāmānanda Rāya? Purport Rāmānanda Rāya's service to the gopis for the satisfaction of Krishna is purely an affair of the spiritual world. Unless one is fully situated in that spiritual atmosphere, the activities of Rāmānanda Rāya are most difficult to understand. Verse 27 Miśra Agaman Rāya Sevak Kahila Shighra Rāmānanda Tabe Sabhate Aila. When the servant informed Rāmānanda Rāya of Pradyumna Miśra's arrival, Rāmānanda Rāya immediately went to the assembly room. Verse 28 Miśra Namaskar Kare Samman Kariya Nivedan Kare Kichu Vineet Hena. He offered his obeisances to Pradyumna Miśra with all respect and then with great humility spoke as follows. Verse 29 Bahu Kshana Aila More Kahena Kahila Tumar Charane More Aparadh Haila. Sir, you came here long ago, but no one informed me, therefore I have certainly become an offender at your lotus feet. Verse 30 Tomar Agamane More Pavitra Haila Ghara Agya Kara Kya Karon Tomar King Kara. My entire home has been purified by your arrival. Kindly order me, what can I do for you? I am your servant. Verse 31 Miśra Kahe Toma Dekhite Haila Agamane Apana Pavitra Kailu Tomar Darshane. Pradyumna Miśra replied, I came simply to see you. Now I have purified myself by seeing your home. Verse 32 Atikal Dekhi Mishru Kichu Na Kaila Vidaya Haila Miśra Nij Ghar Gira. Because Pradyumna Miśra saw that it was late, he did not say anything else to Rāmānanda Rāya. Instead, he took leave of him and returned to his own home. Verse 33 Aradin Miśra Aila Prabhu Vidyamane Prabhu Kahe Krishna Katha Shunila Rai Sthane. The next day, when Pradyumna Miśra arrived in the presence of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord inquired, have you heard talks about Krishna from Sri Rāmānanda Rāya? Verse 34 Tabe Miśra Rāmānandera Vrittant Kahila Shuni Mahaprabhu Tabe Kahite Lagila. Pradyumna Miśra thereupon described the activities of Sri Rāmānanda Rāya. After hearing about these activities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak. Verse 35 and 36 Amita Sannyasi Apnare Virkat Katan Karimani Darshan rahu dhire, dure prakritir naam yadi shuni. Tabhain vikar paye mor tanu mana, prakriti darshane stira haya koi jana. I am a sannyasi, he said, and I certainly understand myself, consider myself renounced, but what to speak of seeing a woman? Even if I hear the name of a woman, I feel changes in my mind and body. Therefore, who could remain unmoved by the sight of a woman? It is very difficult. Verse 37 Rāmānanda Rāya Katha Suna Sarvajana Kahibar Katha Nahe Yaha Ascharya Kathan. Everyone, please hear these topics about Sri Rāmānanda Rāya, although they are very wondrous and uncommon for their although they are wonderful and uncommon, that they should not be spoken. Verse 38 Eke divas dasi ar sundari taruni tar sabas anga seva karena apani. The two professional dancing girls are beautiful and youthful, yet Sri Rāmānanda Rāya personally massaged their entire bodies with oil. Verse 39 Snanadi karaya paraya vasa vibhushana guhya angera hayataha darshana sparshana. He personally bathes and dresses and then decorates them with ornaments. In this way, he naturally sees and touches them. Verse 40 Tabu nirvikara rai ramanandera mana nana bhavodkar tare karaya shikshana. Nevertheless, the mind of Sri Rāmānanda Rāya never changes, although he teaches the girls how to physically express all the transformations of ecstasy. Verse 41 Nirvikara dehamana kashtha pashana sama ascharya taruni sparshe nirvikara mana. The mind is as steady as wood or stone. Indeed, it is wonderful that even when he touches the girls, his mind never changes. Verse 42 Ekaramandera haya e adhikara tate jani aprakrit deha tanar. The authority for such acts is prerogative of Rāmānanda Rāya alone, because his body is not material and has been completely transformed into a spiritual entity. Verse 43 Tanhar manera bhav tenha jane matra taha jani bare aradvitiya nahi patra. He alone and no one else can understand the position of his mind. Verse 44 Kintu Shastra Drishtiye Eka Kari Anuman Shri Bhagwan Shastra Tahate Pramona. But I cannot make a guess of terms of directions from the Shastra. The Vedic scriptures Srimad Bhagavatam gives the direct evidence in this matter. Verse 45 Brajavadhu Sanghe Krishnera Rasadi Vilasa Ye Jane Kahe Shune Kariya Vishwas Hridar Rogi Kama Tandra Tatkale Hai Kshaya Teen Guna Shobha Nahe Mahadhir Haya. When one hears or describes with great faith the pastimes of Sri Lord Krishna such as his Ras dance with the gopis, the disease of lusty desires in his heart and the agitation caused by the three modes of material nature are immediately nullified and he becomes sober and silent. Purport Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur comments in this connection. Any person seriously inclined to hear about the pastimes of Krishna's Ras dance is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam with great faith and transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna, something like the behavior between a man and woman. In the material world, artists thinking that hearing the Rasa Leela will help them by diminishing all the lusty desires of the diseased heart, but because they do not follow the regulative principles, instead they violate even ordinary morals, their contemplation of the Rasa Leela is futile attempt, which sometimes results in their initiating the dealings of the gopis and Lord Krishna. To forbid such habits of the Prakrita Sahajya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has excluded the material intelligence by using the word Nivasat. but futile which attempts results in them imitating the dealings of the gopis and Lord Krishna. To forbid such Prakrita Sahajya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has excluded their material intelligence by using the word Vishwas, sorry, not Vivasat. Vishwas means faith in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.30. Shukadev Goswami says, Naitat Samachare Jatu Manasapi Hi Anishwara Vinashyati Acharam Mauriyad Yada Rudro Badajam Visham. Certainly, one who is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead should never, even within his mind, imitate the activities of transcendental Raslila of Krishna. If out of ignorance one does so, he will be destroyed, just as if he were to imitate Lord Shiva, the Shiva who drank poison produced from the ocean. Verse 47, Ujjwala Madhur, Prema Bhakti Se Paya Anande Krishna Madhurya Vihare Sadaya. Last tasting transcendently, fulgent, sweetly ecstatic love of Krishna, such a person can enjoy the 24 hours a day in a transcendental bliss of the sweetness of Shri Krishna's pastime. Right. Verse 48, Vikriditam Vraja Vadubhir Idam Cha Vishnu Shraddhanvito Nushrniyad Atha Varnayed Yaha Bhaktim Param Bhagvati Pratilabhya Kamam Rid Rogan Ashva Apinhoti Achirena Dhira. A transcendently sober person who, with faith and love, continually hears from a realized soul about the activities of Lord Krishna in his Ras dance with the gopis, or one who describes such activities, can attain full transcendental devotion, service at the lotus feet of transcendently sober person who, with faith and love, continually hears from a realized soul about the activities of Lord Krishna and his rasa dance with the gopis, or one who describes such activities, can attain full transcendental devotion service at the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, lusty material desires, which are the heart disease of all materialistic persons, are for him quickly and completely vanished. But all the activities of Sri Krishna are transcendental, and the gopis are also transcendently situated. Therefore, the activities of gopis and Lord Krishna, if seriously understood, they will are from him quickly and completely vanquished. So, lusty desires have been compared here as the disease of the heart. But all the activities of Lord Krishna are transcendental, and the gopis are also transcendently situated. Therefore, the activities of the gopis and Lord Krishna, if seriously understood, will certainly free one from material attachment. Then there is no possibility that the lusty material desires will awaken. Verse 49 and 50, Ye shune ye pade tandra phala etadrishi sai bhava vishta sai seva aharnishi tandra phala ki khaye kaimu kahene Nayaya Nitya Siddha Sai Praya Siddha Tandrakaya. If a transcendently situated person following in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami hears and speaks about the rasa lila dance of Krishna and is fully absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and serving, If a transcendently situated person following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami hears and speaks about the Rasa dance of Krishna and is always absorbed in thoughts of Krishna while serving the Lord day and night within his mind, what shall I say about the result? It is so spiritually exalted and that cannot be expressed in words. Such a person is eternally liberated because of the Lord, and his body is completely spiritualized. Although he is visible to material eyes, he is spiritually located, and all the activities are spiritual by the will of Krishna. Such a devotee is understood to possess spiritual body. Verse 51, Raganuga Marge Jani Rāya Bhajana Siddha Deha Tulya Tate Prakrit Neha Nahe Mana. Srila Rāmānanda is situated on the path of spontaneous love of Godhead, therefore he is in the spiritual body and his mind is not materially affected. Verse 52, Amiha Rāyara Sthane Shuni Krishna Katha Shunite Ichchahaya Yadi Punaha Yaha Tatha. I also hear topics about Sri Krishna from Rāmānanda. If you want to hear such topics, do go to him. Verse 53, More Naam Lahya Tehu Pathaila More Tomar Sthane Krishna Katha Shunibar Tare. You can mention my name before him by saying, He has sent me to hear about Lord Krishna from you. Verse 54, Shigra Yaha Yavate Teno Achena Shabdate Etashni Pradyumna Miśra Chalila Turite. Go hastily while he is in the assembly room. Hearing this, Pradyumna Miśra immediately departed. Verse 55. Rai Pash Gela Rai Pranati Karila Agya Kariye Lagi Agaman Haila. Pradyumna Miśra went to Rāmānanda, who offered him respectful obeisance and said, Please order me for what purpose you have come. Verse 56. Miśra Kahe Mahaprabhu Pathaila More Tomar Sthane Krishna Katha Shuni Bharatare. Pradyumna Miśra answered, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sent me to hear topics about Lord Krishna from you. Verse 57. Shuni Rāmānanda Rāya Haila Prema Veshe Kahite Lagila Kichu Manera Hari se. Hearing this, Rāmānanda became absorbed in ecstatic love and began to speak with great transcendental pleasure. Verse 58. Prabhu Agya Krishna Katha Shunite Aila Etha Iha Va Mahabhagya Ami Pab Kotha. Following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have come to hear about Krishna. This is my great fortune. How else would I get such an opportunity? Verse 59. Eta kahi tare lena nibrite vasila ki katha shunite chaha mishrera puchila. Saying this, Sri Rāmānanda took Pradyumna Miśra to a secluded place and inquired from him, What kind of Krishna katha do you want to hear from me? Verse 60. Teno kahe ye kahila vidya nagare say Katha krame tumi kahiba amare. Pradyumna Miśra replied, Kindly tell me about the same topics you spoke about at Vidyanagar. Verse 61. Okay, we'll continue reading from verse 61 next time from chapter 5. Thank you for joining. Hari Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.